last class we are done with the CSS syntax. Can anyone write the CSS syntax in the chat box? CSS. So in the last class we had seen the syntax of any CSS, and also we have seen the example for the CSS, and we have done with the whatever the properties and whatever the values we can going to be place, or we can going to be replace in the place of that. We start the new topic, location of styles. Heading as location. It can be located in the three different locations. So let me know which are all the three different locations we can use in the CSS. So first one is the inline style, and second one is the embedded style, and third one is the external style. So these are the three different locations of the styles. So in the last class we have studied the syntax of the CSS, like where we are going to add this CSS style. So in the HTML document. So by adding this HTML document in the CSS, we're going to know that how to decorate the web pages and how to add the color to the text box, and we can add the background color. So these things will be done by using this adding the CSS style. So where this we need to place the CSS, there are the three different locations are there to place the CSS style in the HTML document. So which are those? First one is the inline style, second one is the embedded style, and third one is the external style. So study one by one. First one is the inline style. So what is this inline style? Look into this example. So the style should be placed in between this header, and again the style is placed in between the header. So whatever, if we are placing the style in between these header or in the place of header, we can take it as a paragraph. So the style, it is written in between the header or in between the paragraph, so we can call it as an inline style. So these inline style, it can only affect the element it is defined within the, and it will override any other style definition for the properties used in inline style. So what is this explanation tell you that? So an inline style, it only affect the elements it is defined within that. Look here, h1 is there and we have closing the h2 tag. So what is the header we have written? We have written like review in the header too. Like I am adding the style of the font size and I am adding the font weight. Only for this header I am adding the style font size and the font weight. So it will affect only the element which is defined inside the header. So using inline styles, it is generally discouraged since they increase the bandwidth and decrease the maintainability. So one use of this, it is like it will going to increase the bandwidth and decrease the maintainability by using this style. So inside that header or inside the paragraph. So selectors is not necessary with inline styles, and that semicolons are only required for separating the multiple rules. So in case of this inline style, the selector is not necessary with the inline style. So in the previous example, yesterday what we have done, look here. So in this example, so it is a P, it is called as a selector, right? So there we are going to use the selector to add this complete rule. So that is the CSS style rule. We are using the selector. So but in case of this inline style, the selector is not necessary or it is not required. So only that semicolon are required for the separating the multiple rules. So here only the semicolon is enough. Look here. So here I am given the semicolon in between the two different properties. So only semicolon is required to separate the two different declaration block. So the one usage of this inline style, it can be quickly testing out a style change. So we can easily change the style, or we can easily add the background color. So whatever we are required to add the style for the CSS, it is very quickly and it is very easy to change the things. Let me see one example for the. So look here. show here only. Yes, so this is an example, that is a basic example for the inline style. So look here. So this is the common declaration, doc type declaration. So followed by the HTML and again followed by the body element. So inside that body element, we have written the header followed by the paragraph, right? So here in the header, so that is the inline style. So the style should be declared within the header, and again here the style should be declared within the paragraph. So whatever the style we have added, so within that element it is called as an inline CSS. So here we need to add the style. I'm changing the color here to the blue. So let me change that color to the red. So and I will change this like only the inline. So just run the program. Look here. So whatever we have added the style in the between that element, so it is called as an inline styles. So this is how we are going to add the location, that is the first location in the location of the style. Same example, take down heading as an inline style. So below that inline style, just copy this internal style example. Take down this example. Is it completed? Still you are copying the example or it is done?
Done, ma'am.
Okay, we'll see the slide. So that is the embedded style sheet. So the next location of the style is an embedded style sheet. So this embedded style sheet, it is also called as an internal style. So the another name for this embedded style sheet, it is an internal styles. So this internal styles, it is better than the inline styles using in the embedded styles. It is also known by the large discourage. So previously the first one which we are using, like it is an inline style. So compared to that inline style, this embedded style sheet is a better encouragement to use this. So these, since each HTML document has its own style element, it is more difficulty to consistently style the multiple documents when we are going to use in the embedded style sheet. So just like as it is in the where we are seen in the inline style sheets, it is not possible where the embedded styles can be helpful when quickly testing out the styles in the multiple places. So let me look into this example. So this is the previous example what we have done in the yesterday's class. So there also what we have done, we have just included the style element, so between the head element. So look here, we have done the style element between this head element. So in that we are adding the syntax rule. So what is the rule here? So h1, so that is the selector, followed by the open flower braces, again followed by the property. So property I'm giving like a font size, and again followed by the value. So the font size value should be 24 pixel, and again the one more selector I am adding for the header too. So for that I am giving the properties like font size and the font weight, and the values like 18pt and bold. So these are the CSS rule what I am adding in the between the style. So in the embedded style what we have done, in the header itself we are going to add the style. So but in the embedded style sheet we are adding the style in between the header. So let me run the simple example. Look here. So previously we are adding the style inside that header and the paragraph. So in this embedded or in the internal style sheet, so I'm adding the style, look here, in between the head. So for the complete body I'm adding the background color here. So if I don't need any background color, just I will remove that background color. So just I will add the h1, so that is the selector, followed by the CSS syntax rule. So that is the color property followed by the value. So for the header, I am giving the color as an blue for this header, and again for the paragraph, I am giving the color like red. So just I will change this red to purple. Just run the program. See, there is no any background color there. So just I am adding the header. So for that, blue is in color, and again for the paragraph, I am changing it to the purple. So this is the second style of the location, which is called as an embedded style, or we are called as an internal style. So just I will change it to red. The program. See, the color has been changed. So this is the example for the embedded style sheet. So take down the heading as an embedded style sheet. Embedded style sheet. So below that, take down this example. So don't write all those things, just write that head. So between that head, just copy this style content. So after the closing tag of the style, close the head as well as close the body. And again take down this header, the two lines of header. Next, third one is the external style sheet. So first one is the inline style sheet, and second one is the embedded style sheet, and third one is an external style sheet. So what is this external style sheet? So these external style sheet are the styles to place within the external text file with the .css extension. So in the two previous examples, that is the first and the second one, we have seen that in the first internal, so there itself in the header and the paragraph, we are adding the style, and in the second embedded style sheet, we are added the separate style in between the header. And again in this third one, that is the external style sheet. So how we are going to add the style? So here we are placed the style within an external text file with the .css extension. So when whatever the changes you are going to make to run an external style sheet, all the HTML document so that which is referenced the style sheet will automatically going to updated. So when you make any changes to an external style sheet, all the documents that whatever your reference to the particular style sheet will automatically go into the updated and the changes. So here the browser is able to catch the external style sheet, which can improve the performance of the site. So compared to the inline and the internal we have seen previously, so this external style sheet, it will going to the better browse, it is able to catch the external style sheet when compared to previous two example. Most of the web authors who are writing the HTML code by adding the CSS, that is the location of adding the style, the most of them will going to prefer the this only, that is called as an external style sheet. So take down the third heading as an external style sheet. I'll show you how to run that program. Okay. Here, so in this external style sheet, we are going to refer the by using the styles.css. So here I am written the style in between the again the same head. So for that header I have written as an external CSS, and again the paragraph I am written something like that. So there I need to add the reference. So that is I am adding the property is equals to the value. So how I am going to refer that value? So I'm going to refer that value by using the styles.css. So here just where I'm changing the external CSS and the paragraphs, like whatever the thing, this is done by using this external CSS. Let's take down heading as an external style sheet. So below that, copy this example. Is it done?